Oops. Wait, are you in there? Let's see. Ba-da-na-na, ba-da-na-na. Here. Can I get all of the people in the picture? Almost. Perfect. There we go. Okay. Smiley hilarious, but it's okay. All right. I will call to order the Town of Crandall Board meeting. It's October 20th, 2025. It is 6:41. I'm Caitlin Rothrock, Town Board President.
Mel Hood, Councilwoman.
John Rourke, Councilman.
Adam Burkhart, Town Attorney.
Debbie Jones, Acting Treasurer.
Awesome. Everybody did the attendance sheet I saw. Everybody okay with the agenda?
Yes.
All right, I motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
Good deal. I took a look at the minutes. All looks good to me. Did you guys have a chance?
I haven't seen anything problems with it, except for one thing, about the spreader.
Okay.
I got a little bit bigger one. It's on $100 more.
Oh,
It was $12.50. You got to see that.
okay.
Yes, didn't you tell me though that it was $13.50, it was $100 more than this?
No, that's it.
Okay. I did that check wrong.
That's okay.
I'll have to do another
That's
check
okay.
before we leave here tonight.
That's all right. We
I
can.
thought he told me there was $100 difference in
Well,
this.
the one that we,
Originally talked about?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
that was,
11:25.
Yeah, okay. So it was like 12:50. Okay. Good to know. Okay. Well, with that in consideration, I will motion to approve the minutes.
Second.
Good deal. I'm glad you said that though. We can fix the check. I'm sure they wouldn't tell us if we overpaid them.
no.
I think we looked at the accounts payable vouchers and discussed, so I motion to approve the accounts payable vouchers.
Second.
All right. Same with the financial report, so I'll motion to approve the financial reports.
Second.
Good deal. Here's your internal controls, yeah. Same with the receipts reports, I'll motion to approve the receipts report.
Second.
Okay, and then we also received and distributed internal controls, so I will motion to approve that. I don't have to motion that one. I get motioning, you know?
You're making me motion sick.
Just, yeah, all over the place. Okay, to old business. I'll let you start, Debbie, with the budget.
Okay, the ordinance you have there, everything on it, there were no changes made, but I'll read over what we had from the last time. Let's see, 116,000 for the riverboat. We didn't do anything, no budget for the rainy day. On the general, it was 22,950. On our local road street, 10,000. On our motor vehicle highway, we've got 20,000. The cumulative capital is $600. The economic development is $1,000. And that special community, see, I said it right while ago and now I can get it. Yes, capital is $191. And that's how much is in there. And so next year I was hoping that we could see about moving that into general.
Okay.
And we'll just need to have Adam do us a ordinance, but we'll need to wait till next year because it's in this budget, okay?
Okay.
I'm concerned about the 202 pennies. It's
The what? What does it mean?
He's being silly.
There's a misprint
It says,
of the,
what does it say, the adopted tax rate? That's the adopted tax rate.
it says
It says,
0.2020,
We don't get a
202.
choice in what our tax is, so
He said-
I didn't make that or come up with that one. That
said-
one is what is actually sent, or I don't know how they go about figuring that, but I had no part of doing that.
he said 202 pennies. Okay. Okay, and so then, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, yes, we'll need a motion on that, and when you sign, you have to, whether or not you are a yay or nay, you'll need to mark the box for that as well, so.
I just want to say out loud that I'm always surprised when you say A. It's
I
A-Y
know.
instead of yay, and it makes me confused. This is really similar to what we talked about last time, so, I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
comfortable with
This
it.
is what you all had, what I gave you all last time, if you all want to look at it, that's the figures I have on that ordinance. Did you have yours? Okay.
Oh, yeah, I put one here, I'm sorry. I don't think that.
Yeah, if you all need to, I brought that as well, so if you want to look at it and compare it to that, but I read the numbers directly.
I just like to know how things work. It's not because
That's
I'm really
okay.
questioning
Yes,
anything.
ask me any question, because I forget to tell you all sometimes. I'm used to doing it, so you just do it without thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it, because sometimes I'm like, I don't know how this works. If we do, like, for example, I'm gonna call about the gutters in the next month, hopefully, and see what we can do about fixing some of them. Like, what will that come out of? Like, what,
Riverboat, I'm sure that that's where that will come from.
okay. And that's just because we're allowed to pay for that kind of thing out of River. Okay.
And your general fund, it covers your salaries and very little past your salaries.
Okay.
There's just not a lot of funds there, and you cannot use Riverboat to pay for salaries.
Okay.
But now, like, you can use it to pay for, like, Adam, the attorney, myself, because we are professional services for you. So I can use Riverboat to pay that kind of thing out of, but the salaries for the council and the, if you all wind up with a clerk treasurer, other than myself, then that would be, where those salaries would come from your general.
Okay. Good to know. Well, I'm good. I don't have any more questions. Do you guys have any questions?
And please feel free, because I want you all to understand as much as I know anyway. It might not be everything by far, but.
Well, we have you, Debbie. If someone threw my lap, I'd be like, it's a lot of charts. I motion to approve. Okay, I motion to approve the budget.
Second,
Okay. I lost my paper.
we need to sign this and yay and nay it.
Yes, well, yay and nay that one.
I only need one that goes back to me. I just made 2 copies in case something happened and
Oh,
messed up the first copy or something.
and then do we need a vote on our salaries, or we just need to sign them?
The salary ordinance, we will vote on that when
Okay.
we get to those, yes.
Business.
Oh, yes, perfect. Okay. I just was lumping it in my head into the budget. Okay. For special trash pickup day, I talked to Chris. That's who I've talked to the past couple of years, at Rumkey. And he put an ostrich on my phone. No, I know. I just was like, that's not what I was looking for. No, it's really fine. Chris said we could do November 13th. It'd be the same $500 charge. I told him, let me just have this meeting and make sure we're all okay with it before I tell him yes. But I told him I figured we would be. He said next year it'll probably go up. He didn't say how much. He's like, probably not that much, but it just probably will. But I can keep it at 500 this year. So I can't think of what day. I think it's a Thursday, November 13th. Let's see. I can tell us. Yeah, it's the second Thursday of November. So that sounds good to me. And I can make flyers again and put them up for large trash day.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Sound good to you?
Yes.
All right, I motion to approve November 13th as large trash day.
Second.
All right. Good deal. I don't know what engineers is about.
I think that's to me.
Oh,
So
okay.
we were talking about what I learned of the Americans with Disabilities Act and the requirement to
Oh, yeah.
have a certain plan in place at some point to continue receiving federal grants. So they call them ADA transition plans is what they're called. And I looked at it I called a couple firms last week and haven't heard back. I just called the couple that I'm familiar with. But what I started doing is poking around and looking at municipalities that already have them in place. And so from what I've seen, there's a few cities. I didn't see any towns, but towns may have not publicized theirs. It looked like the cities might have done their own, or at least that's how they made it look. But so what I propose that I go ahead and do, if it's okay with you all, just because I would be disclosing the client representation potentially, say, hey, I represent a local small town that's going to need an ADA plan. Did you all do yours? Did you get input from an engineering firm and so on? I'm just going to talk to the municipalities who have them done already. I think that would be more productive.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds totally fine to me. Yeah. Then
And
we have,
I doubt that there's any real pressure on it, just because of who's running the government at the local and federal level right now. I don't think that we're at high risk of anyone saying, hey, grants that were going to go out are on hold unless you have a compliant plan in place this year.
yeah.
So I think that's still like a next few years kind of thing. But I'll, of course, see what it's going to take to get the ball rolling on it.
Okay. And I think I asked this last time, but is it mostly just about having a plan in place, or is it
Yes.
about ever?
No, so it
Acting on it.
is, well, I think the idea is once you have the plan in place. So for example, if you said, here are our sidewalks and here are those that are out of compliance, when it comes time to substantially rebuild the sidewalk or something like that, when it comes time for the work that it would be done.
But it's not like hard dates.
Right.
Okay.
Right now, the requirement could change, but right now it's just about having a plan in place to say that future development or redevelopment will be ADA compliant.
Okay.
It's not about retrofitting the entire town.
That's interesting. But yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I'd love it if you wanted to look into what anyone else has done.
I have one more item of old business that I didn't do, and that is that I need to confirm the manner in which Mel held office, independent or major party. And I'll let you all know next meeting.
Okay.
Right, now what? The manner in which you hold office, because that determines how your vacancy is filled.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's public record. I just have to talk to the county clerk.
I think
Well, I
we're-
can tell you.
What?
I can tell you.
How is it?
Well, I mean, I voted Republican last time.
But it doesn't matter how you vote. It matters how you hold office for this.
Oh, here.
Yeah, you're probably independent. If you don't know, you're probably independent.
Yeah, do you go down? I feel like if you don't go down there,
I
or
always
share,
yeah, I go down.
you do go down, share your ground and sign. Because I feel like
She's not the clerk anymore. So
Oh.
it's,
Debbie Dennison.
you're right,
when did that happen?
this
At the
year.
last election.
Yeah.
election.
I guess I just missed it. It was like right over my head.
Well, if you went to do anything with yours, it would have been last year and Sherry would have been in office.
Yeah,
then,
that's,
right?
yeah.
I think.
That's right.
Yeah.
I actually met her at her house to do my little thing, because like she was babysitting, and I was like, I'm just coming to your house, it's okay. Okay, that's good to know. Is that, I guess I was thinking like if you didn't go down, does everyone have to go down? Or, because it's like I feel like I remember Jeremy.
At
talking
some
about
point in time, you would have had to go down.
To be sworn in.
to be
Yeah.
sworn in, but you don't have to necessarily, because I remember signing something that said like, I hold it as like a Democratic person, a Democrat person.
But now, if you just roll next year, you'll roll at whatever you originally signed up at. That's my
Okay.
understanding. And you can tell me if I'm wrong on that, but like if nobody else runs and you just stay in the office, yours would still be under the Democratic thing. Now, if you wanted to go in and change it, you'd have to go to the office. Like John right now is independent because he took the spot of somebody who was independent.
Yeah.
So if he wants it to be under Democratic next time, or Republican, or whatever you are, you would have to go into the office and re-sign up under your party.
Okay.
Is how, that's the way I understand it now.
That
I'm
makes-
not in that office, so I could be mistaken on it.
No,
but
that makes sense, and I feel like we've talked about it before, and I just can't remember how it.
I think that's how we forget, because we don't have to keep going back every time, because if nobody runs against you, you just slide into that spot anyway, so,
It's all-
yeah.
Though to be clear, you can't just go sign up and say that you are a candidate of that party, because there's a party process internally that governs, who their candidates are. So I would think that they would want to nominate incumbents who wish to be a member of their party, but that's not a foregone conclusion.
That's true, I didn't forget about that part.
Okay,
I would be really surprised if it was a problem, but I mean, you never know with local politics.
right, sure. Okay, well, that sounds good. We'll find out, and Debbie Dennison, I gotta remember that.
And I'm gonna call her about Mills anyhow.
Okay. Okay, on to new business. We'll do the salary ordinance. So,
It's the exact same salary ordinance that you all signed last year. As you asked earlier, we did bring it up last time that there wouldn't be any changes when we were talking about the budget. So everything is exactly the same as what it is, other than the date. So please make sure I didn't miss any dates up on that. And that has to be done by December the 31st. I would just assume we just go ahead and get it out of the way and it's done.
next year, 2026. Okay,
And that's why it's on there for this time.
sounds good to me.
Is this ordinance supposed to be ordinance number 2026? Or is this?
No, we're
Because you're
signing
passing
in
it in
2025, but if you see, it does state that it is for 2026.
Sure, just double check it.
Mhm.
Okay.
So I motion to approve the ordinance of salaries.
Second.
There you go. Okay. All right, sounds like we need to talk about contracts.
So this is,
That I guess is me as well. I sent copies to Adam, so if Adam will I'll need the top page of this as well. There's a top page as well I'll need.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them anyway, to go with it. And for him to look at, we talked about this, I don't think contracts were ever signed last year with them, they just kind of rolled over again. That Adam would look at them and do something, whatever we needed to do to make sure we were covered. So we only have the three, the lawn, and then the cleaning, and then the snow removal. Those are the only three that we really have. So I've sent those. If you didn't get them, please let me know, Adam.
I didn't get it.
You didn't get them? Okay.
Within the past month, I've not received.
Okay, no, it
I'm
would,
not saying it's
it
not
would
in
have
my
been,
junk box. It
yeah.
could be.
yeah, it very well could have. I do know that I got a thing saying you were out of office when I sent them. So it may have gone into your junk mail then. So,
I have seen them all before, and they all have shortcomings, so there's always things we can do to beef them up. I remember that the cleaning contract is like 2 pages or something?
and I think they're all one page.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
So-
nothing much to it. It just basically states right now that they're going to do the job and what they charge. That's basically, and then it's got like the time framing that it is like, the snow removal is from, please don't hold me to this. I believe it's from October the 1st until April 30th. I think those are the dates in there that they kind of use, and he charges $5.99 on his. The lawn and the cleaning, we voted on this year that they got raises in those. So I think cleaning went up to 75, and I cannot remember what.
I can't either. I remember doing it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, I cannot remember for the life of me what it was.
I think it was a couple ago.
So the things that I have suggested putting in there is always about insurance and liability and waiver. And that's been briefly explored in the past. Now, this is really a different town council. The last town council basically said, well, I don't know, felt like that was against the spirit of these low cost deals. And I think the idea was, well, they aren't wheeling and dealing with us and they're doing it cheap, and we're not going to put liability and insurance obligations on them.
Oh, I remember
I
this
think-
discussion. So the question was, do they have to hold insurance?
Yeah, that's one thing. Yeah. But there's also liability waivers we can do. So, for example, on a cleaning contract, you could say that you wait at a minimum, the person doing the cleaning waives and releases any and all liability. Like if they slip on an icy ramp, like I did one time several years ago.
Thanks for not suing
You're welcome.
us.
I'm a little older now, so might be a little more fragile.
I'm not against the waiving the liability. I don't think that's a bad idea. I mean, I think that's a pretty.
So I could draft things up like that don't go as far as having indemnification language where they say, we will accept the town's liability for whatever happens, and we will insure the town also. But we could do one we won't sue the town.
Yeah, I think that's a fine idea. Yeah.
Just some generalized waiver languages that maybe we can get a little bit in each year. And this is also a constant discussion that I have with business clients where I will say, legally, the best thing you can do is X. And they say, well, from a business perspective, that's totally unfeasible, and I will drive people off, so I'm not doing it. So I felt like we kind of, not we, but the town under previous
Sure.
leadership kind of landed there.
Yeah.
But
I think.
let's start with waiver.
Yeah, I mean, do you agree?
Yes.
Yeah, I just think that's a general, just to keep us safe and,
Sure.
our budget's public and whatever, So,
So Adam, you go look at that then.
Yes, and I'll also make a note to review the contract sent by Debbie, and I've already got a note that things may be in my junk mailbox.
Okay. And Adam, please let me know if you don't have them. I'll be glad to resend.
Oh, sure, I will.
Well, I'm thinking of, could I interject this? Buck has had an operation.
I was wondering about Buck, so.
I see him every once in a while. I haven't talked to him. He's usually down at the post office, but I'm not there. But anyway, as far as I know, he's gonna do it. But if he don't, we're gonna have to find someone.
Want to figure something out, okay. Do we just need someone who can do it? Does it need to be someone in town? Could it be one of us? Could it be could John or I? I got a dad who knows how to use tractors, so I could be like, show me how to do this.
I mean, I drove a tractor.
Or,
when she's
yeah,
placed.
John knows how to do that. I don't know how to do that. You'd have to give me instructions, but John could do it if it came down to
I have
the
no problem with that.
wire. But I didn't know if there would be issues with that.
I'll just say legally, so let's say that there's an accident, and then so John, let's say that you do it, and you're operating the tractor in a perfectly reasonable manner. And then an accident happens, and then someone sues the town and says, well, it doesn't matter that John was acting in the manner that a reasonable landowner would act. John is not a licensed, bonded, and insured heavy equipment operator and lacks certain licenses. So someone will use that as an argument if something happens, even if there wasn't anything else to argue about. So
I see what you're saying.
now at the same time, if the town wants to weigh, well, it's not my class sharing. I'm not the one who needs to call.
I know, but that's what we had the insurance lady come in for.
Yeah.
That time. I don't know if you remembered. when
Oh, yeah, of course I
she was-
do.
Okay.
There's a bunch of ifs, ands, or buts
Yeah.
about if you're covered or not under any given circumstance. And besides, you still don't want to claim where your policy has to make a big payout.
Yeah.
That can be avoided. What is legally is it's best to let someone else have the liability. Oh, we satisfied our obligation by hiring a pro, and if they screwed up, that they did that, we didn't do that.
Is that what other places do? They hire someone?
The thing is other towns aren't the size of Crandall, you know, so, or they have their own employees who do that professionally and have the certifications and experience for it. So you all are between a legal and practical hard place.
Okay.
And I'm not saying don't do it, I'm just saying be aware of the risk if you do it, that's all.
No, I appreciate you saying that. And that makes what you're saying make a little bit more sense too, as far as like, I think whenever I'm thinking about injury, I'm thinking about that person being injured, but I'm not thinking about them causing an issue, you know, but that's very, very possible. It's not hard to back into things or whatever, you know? Okay.
Yeah, the dent in the car is on the very low side of the kind of stuff. I'm talking about something catastrophic that you would not
Sure.
think of.
Yeah. Like knocking a tree over in somebody's house. Or
I mean,
hitting somebody.
but in that regard, Buck is not covered right now.
Oh, the same issue exists now.
Oh, okay.
It's just everything is getting more litigious. So I just had to do a education that we do for our malpractice insurance carrier, and hey, claims against attorneys are increasing. Claims against everyone. That's been the part of the law the whole time that I've been practicing. I've been at it for a little over a decade now, and it's been litigation is increasing with frequency. Even on the kind of the small bean stuff that people suing over the drop of the hat's getting smaller. So
Yeah.
it's just getting more litigious has been the trend
Mm,
for a long time.
okay.
Here, before we had the tractor, Buck used his tractor, but he didn't clean everything like he does now with his tractor, you know. And there was a lot of times we drove around in the snow because there's just nobody there to do it.
Yeah.
But,
I remember my dad doing it at four-wheeler one time, at least Center Street,
yeah,
you know? Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not against Buck doing it. Buck is getting older though, and
Yeah.
if he's had surgery, and it's a lot of things to consider.
I think he gets on it to drop a hat, you know. If it even looks like snow, he's looking at that tractor, getting it out, and ready.
I will say Buck's always looks good on his feet to me whenever I see him walking around town, you know? I do think that's a lot to think about. I think you're right in the future, just for safety and, for the safety of the town and for the individual who's driving the tractor, you know? So they're not getting their pants suit off if something would happen. Okay, that's good to think about. I'm okay with Buck going ahead and doing it, but I think
he does a great job.
but I just think we'll have to think about it as we go forward. So we'll start with what you're saying. We'll start with the waivers
Sure.
and then we'll keep going. Okay.
And you said that the issue with being covered under insurance was just that it was too many ifs and ands and.
Yeah, I don't remember the specifics of the discussion, but it was in some instances so I don't remember if something happens to Buck, he would be covered. But was it if something happens to someone else that they would
Someone
be covered?
else
or
that
if something
it's covered,
happens to
but
him,
not
there
the
would be
Buck,
not?
yeah.
Something along those lines. So I know the town has good policies in place. Insurers don't make money by paying claims out.
Right.
So that's, whether or not a given loss is covered is often the topic of litigation as well. So, insurance even is no guarantee to prevent against liability. Or they might even go, an insurance company might say, oh, well, we insured against ordinary recklessness or ordinary negligence, but you were willfully reckless. So we don't insure against intentional torts. I mean, you never know what's going to be
And how things are defined.
right.
Sure, yeah. Okay. So that's good for us to think about. And then I think we can think too about just when Buck decides he's not gonna wanna, I've kind of wondered the whole time I've been on town board, like, is Buck gonna do this again? Is Buck gonna do this again? So maybe too, we can look into like what other places do and how, I don't know what the cost is to have someone come out.
Oh, I
You know
know
what I mean?
somebody,
Who do you know, Sharon?
Huh?
Who do
Sean
you?
Smith,
Sean Smith. He does it professionally? Okay, we'll see.
that's his living.
All
Need
right.
lawn cares and,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think a lot of lawn care services will offer it.
Okay.
And so, I mean, if you, what if you looked into it and found out that it's marginally more than you pay somebody, you know, and then it would just make sense. And then you don't
Yeah.
have the equipment that you gotta maintain and all the other stuff.
I'm
It's good to know the options, that's all.
for sure, for sure.
I wonder if it would make sense or be financially a good idea to have the individuals get their own insurance through their own work, but we could increase how much we pay them
Sure.
so that we could cover that cost, but then they could be covered personally. And then it wouldn't be as big of a liability for the town necessarily.
I think the town offered to do something like that for Buck, but the issue is that it would be some type of fringe, it would be, he was concerned about his income. Right? He said, no, you can't pay me more because it'll cause me a problem in some manner.
He doesn't want to pay taxes on what we pay.
you're right.
That's what he doesn't want to pay taxes on what we pay. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
So I wonder too if there would be, would there be a way to do that where we could say, we're not paying you extra, but we're just covering we're just like a stipend for your insurance, or is there a word around, you know what I'm saying? Like how my company reimburses me for my schooling.
I think
you
the
know?
tax courts would probably say no. So-
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm agreeing with that.
That's probably true. I'm not trying to sound sneaky in that way. I'm just trying to think about how we can get
It
all the
would be
needs met.
more probably Buck or whoever else is issued in the towns, but you would be creating an issue for them if you were, I mean, if you did that and then you issue them whatever tax forms the town issues and then didn't have that on it, I mean, that wouldn't really, I don't think there's a good workaround for stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think that's more of a clerk treasurer thing, but I suspect
I'm
that.
100% agreeing with you on that. I don't see
Yeah. No, that
how,
makes sense.
because, yeah.
I mean, even the money I get reimbursed for my schooling gets taxed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
It
So-
seems to me like the town's assets are growing a bit each year and you're moving in the right direction. And so with that being in mind, I think it would be wise over the long term to keep an eye on kind of the year to year. And hey, if it's going up, you know, maybe it's time to spend a little more to protect, you know, what the town has.
Yeah.
And I don't know when, as you know, as stewards of the town and its assets, you would think that that makes sense to do. But the answer is, as it moves in that direction, the answer would be sometime. You know, at some time it would make sense to
Yeah.
move away from the less formal stuff into more formalized, arm's length, liability encompassing, shifting.
Yeah. No, that makes a lot of sense what you're saying. So yeah, I'll start looking into it. I'll get this person's number from you, maybe Sean Smith, and I don't want to get stuck on it, but while we're on it, we should. Does the lawn guy take care of our little space out here on the rocks? It looks terrible. It looks awful. It looks so bad.
He's supposed to take care of that. He's supposed to take care of the rocks over there on the other
Yeah.
parking
So
lot.
I'm happy to call him and to be that voice of complaint if that's what needs to happen. Because, you know, I mean, all it needs is like a weed eater and a leaf blower. It'll take 15 minutes it's all dead. Just get rid of it, you know? So, but I
I
don't know.
wanted to bring my sprayer so bad over there. Kill it all out and it'd be gone.
I know, yeah. I was like,
man, can't do that.
so maybe can I get his name from, or whoever has
Yes.
it, a number from you just before the day's over? I'm happy to call him. Just be like, man, can you take care of it? Okay.
Also, in that regard, the parking lot still has all that wood
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you for
that we
saying
need
that.
to deal with. And I was wondering, it's overgrown on the other side, and I'm wondering how far are we liable for that on the other side of the, you know, where it's before those people's yard starts, how far much of that do we own?
Just the parking lot.
Just the
The parking
lot.
lot.
So we need to maybe come down on them because it's overgrown like a jungle over there.
Yeah. Also, are they just putting all their tree branches in the parking lot?
That's what it seems like.
Okay, because we should just have a conversation about that. Like, you
You
can't.
know, would be, you know, if, let's say somebody got in there and got injured, the town would probably be liable. Maintaining an attractive nuisance, a kid climbed into it, you know. It is a liability.
Okay. I was gonna say, do you guys have, you mentioned last time, do you have someone to do it? Or if not, I can make a call about that too, about the branches and stuff.
Oh, I'm just gonna get a hold of
Kincaid.
Kincaid, he's got it cheaper. I
Okay.
just- We've just been
No, you guys are busy.
running back and forth to doctors and stuff.
Yeah, I'm so glad you're doing okay, Sharon. I was gonna say, I looked up how much it was to rent a chipper too, just in case, and it's like under $300. You know, so if I needed to rent a chipper from Home Depot and stand out there, and I'd do it. So, like, well, that's fine. Just let me know what we need to do. Okay, so next I think we got ARPA funds.
Okay, I brought that up at our last meeting and they hadn't sent anything. But the next day or the day after, anyway, within that week, I got an email. We owe them back. Let me find the amount. $2,996.77. This is to be back to them by November the 15th. I've already taken care of that. That was in your list of things of the claims. So I went ahead and I got that taken care of. So that should be, I got a confirmation and all the stuff here saying that we did return the unused portion. And that's all I have on that. So right now, unless I get an email from somebody saying that something went wrong or something, and I haven't as of yet, I'll let you all know if anything different changes on that, but that has been taken care of, so.
Okay, awesome. And then it's like, is I can't say those letters in order. ARPA. Is that a fairly restricted fund? I can't remember why we didn't use it.
We had to have had all of the funds by the end of last year. We didn't have to have them spent, we had to have them designated. And we didn't have them all designated by the end of last year.
I remember you saying that now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, we had to return what wasn't designated.
Here's the face. Okay, sounds good. I think my only additional comments is that I will make some calls to people who look at gutters and see if they'll just come out and give us a quote and not maybe do anything yet, so we can at least talk about it. I'll try to work on that this month. And I think we'll hang out before Thanksgiving. So I was gonna say I put up the tree, but we can say that next week or next meeting. So,
Yeah, because people's already asking, are they, do you have a tree? Do you have a tree? When they rent the building.
Mhm.
In December, it's full, is